Hey guys, my name is Zach Marquardt. I'm the car chief on the number 6 Ford Mustang driven by Ryan Newman. I am originally from Lena, Wisconsin. It's a small town, northeast Wisconsin, about 500 people total. So it's a small community and really tight-knit where everybody knows everybody, and really I look at that and it's kind of funny because everything that I am today comes back to where I came from, my small town. Starting with my dad working on my Uncle Corey's IMCA dirt car every night, way back from when I can remember, being 5 or 6 years old, was spent in the garage with them, working on the car and just being around racing at a very young age. So racing through my years of growing up, I raced all through high school, and when my senior year was coming to an end, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do for technical school, whether it was a trade, whether I was going to go be a welder. I was very much interested in the chassis side. I wanted to build my own race cars. Growing up, in the dirt world, I always was trying to dig into chassis setups and really wanted to just hone my own craft and do my own thing. Basically approached to give an opportunity for me to move to Charlotte and work on a truck series team. I did that till the end of 2010. I graduated high school in 2010. It was funny, I was only 17 years old when I moved to Charlotte because we graduated in April, and I wasn't going to be turning 18 till May. So I moved down here. My parents, we loaded everything up. We moved down here in pursuit of me chasing my dreams to be in professional racing. And I worked in the truck series till the end of 2010, like I said, and it led me to working for Levine Family Racing in 2011. Working for a smaller team, it was where I had to do a lot more things. I was able to really hone all my skills in all different areas of the race car. Being a smaller team, you were looked upon to do more, and whether it was setting cars up, building shocks, being an interior mechanic, being just a mechanic in general, it really gave me my foundation in professional racing, working at LFR, and how I was able to make contact with Roush was the 95 car at Levine Family Racing had an alliance with Roush at the time. And I was working in the shock department and working with Dave McDonald, who still works at Roush today. And it all plays together. I feel you build relationships within the sport, and you work hard, and things come together. And that's exactly what happened for me to make my transition to Roush. Jimmy Fennig called me and gave me an opportunity to come work on the 99 Cup car for Carl Edwards at the end of 2012. So 2013 and 2014 I was on the 99 as an underneath mechanic for Carl Edwards. Those were very, very fun years for me. I was able to get my first win with Carl in Phoenix, and that was a moment that I will never forget. And just we accomplished a lot, we achieved a lot in those years, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity just to work with people like Carl and Jimmy. Those are people who took a chance on me as a young 19-year-old kid to be able to come in and prove myself that this is what I want to do, this is where I belong, and learn from the best in the business. And that's something that I really take strongly to, is knowing that if you surround yourself with successful people, you one day will be successful too. And I feel that's exactly what I did with placing myself with them and learning from some of the best in the business. Through that year, I progressed. After the 99 days, I moved over to the 17 with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as a front-end mechanic, and was able to work with Ricky for multiple years. Was able to be part of Ricky's first Cup Series win at Talladega. And I take pride in that too, because not only did we win Talladega, we sat on the pole for that race. So that that was very exciting. You know, there's a lot of people in this sport that work very hard, and they're some of the best in the business who don't get to feel that feeling of victory, and ultimately that's what we all do it for. And to be able to achieve that at a speedway, a super speedway race, of all things where a lot can happen, that was pretty meaningful to me, just to do it with Ricky and be part of a milestone for his career as well. And then transferring from Ricky's car, I was trying to set my perspective up in my mindset of becoming a car chief at the highest level. And in order to do that, there's certain things that there's a track for that. You don't just become a car chief at the top level. There you have to set yourself very high goals, very high standards. You have to be the guy who is always there doing whatever it takes to be the best, and that's really what I set myself to when I moved down here, was to really, this is what I'm doing. I'm up and moving my life, you know, long ways away from home, to be a professional. And this is professional racing, and you have to hold yourself to that standard. And I believe that that's what I did to become this. So there are certain things that you have to do to, whether it's position, you have to learn everything you can and be more versatile and do multiple things. And so I had to make a transition to building shocks on the Xfinity cars, and I did that for a year. And after that, that set me up to become an Xfinity Car Chief. And I was the Xfinity Car Chief for the number 60 of Ty Majeski, Austin Cindric, and Chase Briscoe. It was a career step for me, and it was a character building year for me. We had three very great young up and coming drivers in that seat, and they're all successful today. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to work for them, because I feel I was able to be part of something for them, and they were definitely part of something for me, and that goes for every individual on that car. It was definitely a character, career building event, and we all stuck together, and it was probably one of the most influential years of my career. And after that, I moved back to Levine Family Racing to work with Matt DiBenedetto and Christopher Bell the following year. And it was an opportunity for me to go and do something new, and once again build on what it takes to make myself more well-rounded to still achieve my ultimate goal of becoming a car chief at the Cup level. At the beginning of 2021, I was able to make the transition back to Roush with the right people believing in me, and it really meant a lot to not only have the opportunity to come back to Roush, but to be able to work with the people who also gave me my start here, the Jimmy Fennigs, everybody who believed in me. I believe in them, and there's a lot of great people here who are very smart and very determined to win. And ultimately, that's what we all strive to do. We strive to win every day, and we have some of the best people at their jobs here. That's the biggest thing. It takes everybody to really put everything together. You know, on Sundays, people see the car, you know, on the track. They don't see what goes on to get it there, and that it takes everybody being the best and putting in their best effort every day, and that's ultimately what the ultimate goal is, to win. And if everybody doesn't give their best, it's hard to do that. And here at Roush Fenway Racing, we have the best people in the best spots to achieve the ultimate goal of winning. What I enjoy doing in my free time is ultimately spending time with my family. My wife, Paige, also works in the motorsports industry conveniently here at Roush Fenway Racing in the marketing department. So it comes full circle once again. Motorsports really brought not only me to my career path that I wanted to, but it also brought me to my wife. And ultimately, it's something that you got to be passionate for, and my wife was passionate for racing, I was, and it brought us together. So We just had our newborn little girl, Kendall. She's 8 months old now. She's the center of our life, and we just enjoy spending time together as much as we can, and just loving life. When I'm not traveling, it's family time, and that's what ultimately family is very important to me. I like to go to Millbridge Speedway and watch as much dirt go-karting as I can, get back to my roots there, and we can do that as a family, so that's the best part about that.